Look at it. It's 10:30. Really nice. How's everybody doing on this lovely Saturday night? Tonight something different. Tonight something vertical. Vertical live stream. It's not that bad. I'll put my phone right here because I had to go live before I do such a thing. I'm gonna put it right here so you can look at the awesome painting. Yes, let's center it out. And I'll just try to sit in the middle and try to read the chat. I hope I can see the entire chat like this. All right, so here's the deal. Oh, this is... Oh, that's weird. Let's flick it a little bit down so you can see what's going on. All right, so this is the deal. My name is Bart. I'm from the Netherlands. And congratulations on our king. Yay, voor iedereen die liberaal is. Our king's birthday is today, and therefore that's a weird holiday in the Netherlands. Everybody gets a day off because it's a celebration, I guess. And I'm not sure how it started. It's not really specifically started with the king. It started with, I don't know, the queen, and even the queen before, the mother of the queens. And you get this huge ass flea market, and you might ask yourself, how big is that flea market? Well, it spreads out like a disease over the whole Netherlands. Everybody can take out like this blanket, go sit outside and try to sell everything you want to get rid of. And that's really cool because that is a day of celebration for people that are looking for stuff that's kind of niche, stuff that is kind of obscure, obsolete, or forgotten. Therefore, us retro gamers can go outside, leave our safe and comfy environment, and try to find awesome games. Hey Hector, how are you doing? And hey Elko. So I went outside today for the first time in months, and I was looking for games, and I was thinking, yes, let's make a video of that. And I was like, no, you know what? Let's not make a video of that. Let's just do it in a live stream. That is easier for me, and we're trying to tickle a new audience, so why not? How's everybody doing on this lovely Saturday night? Lovely that you guys are here. I just explained what Kingsday is to the Dutch people. It's just like, well, there are parties all over the country, but for us, it is nice to have a look at flea markets so we can buy stuff. So I just want to show you what I found, and 90% of the stuff that I found today on flea markets, I mean, last year I had this big ass haul. I found a jewel case of Duke Nukem 3D, Carmageddon, you name it. I found a Carmageddon 2, by the way, and I found it in the village that I live in, and this is not even a big village. So I was amazed that I was able to find that so close to home, because usually all the retro gaming people, they go to Amsterdam and they try to find stuff, while I have to say that the city of Heemskerk, or town or village, whatever, that I live in, is a gold mine itself as well. Wow, you're in France, watching it from Fontainebleau. Wow, the letters are really tiny. I hate Kingsday, but I like the markets. Well, Elko, same with me. I got nothing with the king. I mean, he does not show up for my birthday either. So why should I celebrate his? All right, so I went to the flea markets. Last night was kind of a bit weird. It got late. No, it got late, like late at night. Don't think anything else. I don't care, by the way. And I had to wake up early because you don't want people to steal your opportunity for good stuff. So I woke up 6:30 this morning. It's not that early. So I went out. I was there about 7 a.m. because I just hop on the bicycle and I'm there in 5 minutes. Maybe even less. First thing I saw. Here we go. We're going to start. This is literally the first thing I saw, and it was like this. I'll show you. And dude, if you're into MS-DOS gaming or retro gaming, MS-DOS maybe not, but this is a nice find. I saw this, and you're like, I don't know, it's just any random game controller. Yes, it is any random game controller, but it was with a box, and it's not random. No, this is a Graphics Destroyer Tilt. I remember, it even came with the fucking box. I remember that you have that Microsoft Sidewinder controller where you could like raise like this. Instead of pressing a button, you're just using the tilting mechanism inside. So it has this kind of mild gyroscope that measures your movement in the Z or Y axis, like the rotational one. So you could just do it like that or like this to brake, I guess, though I have been advised that most of the people turn it off because it's an optional function, and I get that, that's totally fine. And I assume I do the same, but since this is a controller of Graphics, which is like the same brand that has been advertised in Jackrabbit 1, and it's like, well, it is used, but believe me, barely, and I can imagine. And it came with the box, and it turns out, will it work with Windows 95? Depends. If it has USB support, because that's the thing that surprised me, it's the USB version. So that means there's probably another version for production, or just to avoid confusion out there, that does not have USB, which is connected to the sound blaster or sound card or whatever, the game port. But I found this with the box and tried to guess what I paid for it. I had to bargain for it, and she raised me a bit because I stepped in low. Still got it low though, so that's nice. Hey Smash Dash. But technically, oh, you say Windows 98. Yes, Windows 98, it will probably work if you install the right drivers. So, well, the drivers might even be included. 20 bucks? Nah. There is this false feature, like when you close down the box, you can see you still have this top part, which would fit like the manual or driver CDs, as you can see, but those are not in here. No, I started, and I'm a cheapskate, but this woman was an elderly woman. She didn't know what she was selling. She's like, I'm like, what do you want to have for the game controller? Can I pay you €1 for it? No is no, yes is yes. She said no, make it 150. Okay, you're such a hard bargain, I'll take it, damn it. 150, €1.50 for this one. Well, that's a treasure, right? That's a fucking treasure. That was in the first minute when I arrived at the Kingsday flea market today. So €1.50 for the Graphics Destroyer Tilt. I don't think that's bad. All right. So I went on, and I think Smash that you're gonna like this, especially Aquitix is gonna like this, but you know he talked about this. You have this game that is called Kijk, zo werkt het. And in English it is called, help me out, That's How It Works, or This Is How It Works. It's this educational game where they explain how certain stuff is made or done, or how it works, like stuff with gears, with valves, with rotational stuff, anything. It's like The Incredible Machine, but without the puzzles. It's just only explaining. So it's a bit boring, but still kind of interesting because a lot of stuff animates. So the Dutch version is called Kijk, zo werkt het. It's voiced by Aart Staartjes. Aart Staartjes is the Dutchman from Sesame Street, the elderly man that's always a little bit cranky. He's like the Octo, the Squidward of Sesame Street, though he died on a traffic accident on his 90th something in Groningen. He was driving his small car, which is technically a scooter. Well, long story short, he died, and he's a national treasure. But he voiced this game, and I remember Aquitix Aquatics, one of my best friends from this server, from the Dosgamert community, he is a big fan of this one. He got this one back in the day, and I have the DVD version. I got the CD jewel case version of this game, and he's still like, yeah, but you do not have the big box, though it's a semi-big box. It's not really a big box, it's like a medium box. Now I do, because I found it on the flea market, and guess what I paid for it? That was another lucky shot though, and that was like the next minute after. So I'm gonna take off the price tag. They even took the effort to create price tags. It's a good thing it doesn't scratch the thing, but really cool. 50 cents. I know, though I have to say mine is a little bit busted. Like the lid is a little bit like it folds open, which technically it should not. But maybe we could fix that with tape, and not on the outside, only on the inside. Yeah, €5. It does not come with a manual. Well, it comes with this quick start guide. I'm not sure if there's a manual. This thing runs on Windows 3.1, Windows 3.11, and Windows 95, and everything after, but that doesn't say that because that didn't exist yet. The CD is in here, and it looks in pretty decent shape. I didn't check it, by the way. When I was there, I was like, nah, I'll just take my chances. I even like the box. The lady, she said, you want to check if the CD is inside, to be sure. And I'm like, nah, I'm good, because I got the CD at home. I got the jewel case and the DVD version. I'm allergic to old CDs, I guess. There I am. Alright, it does have some fingerprints, but no real big scratches or anything, so this is a nice find, especially for the price of 50 cents. It is totally worth taking the risk, at least in my book. So that's the second thing that we found today. Did I find more on the Kingsday flea market? Hell yeah, I found more. Really found some nice stuff. Really nice fucking stuff. All right. Next, there was this guy. He had all kinds of crates, and usually when people have crates that are ordered, like he had his games alphabetically, and he had games. Well, there are not many people selling games there. Don't get me wrong. Like every CD or DVD collection you see is like well, I didn't see the box, like a season box of Friends somehow, but there's a lot of children DVDs out there, which pretty much suck because we are trying to find games in there, right? I found a guy that was selling crates of PlayStation CDs, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch a little bit. I took a picture of it, but I cannot show it because this is live and I don't have any control over that. But he was selling PlayStation 1 games. I asked him, what is the price of the PlayStation 1 games that you have? And he said a certain price. And I picked one because most of them I already have, or I do not really have any interest for, like I don't care for them. But I bought this one, and I would love for you guys to try to guess what I paid for this. I streamed this one last Monday, and that was fun. And I streamed the PC version. Everybody was like, "Oh, you're playing this on the PlayStation 1 or the PlayStation 2?" And I'm not like, "No, I'm playing this on the PC." It is the English/Dutch version. It's in great condition. Well, great. It's used, it's scratched, not that much scratched. Just like CDs touching each other. It came with the manual, the booklet, and the CD. I even took the liberty to check the CD. Yes, it has some minor scratches, but it's always a little bit hard to tell because of the the CDs are black, and as you can see, there is a little bit of wear and tear right there. But if that's it, So what do you guys think that I paid for Rayman, Rayman 2, The Great Escape? There are a lot of them available, not probably that much. Well, I didn't try to bargain because I was like, yeah, €4, not even gonna bargain. €4 is nice. So, especially since I did a live stream on this one last week, and I'm like, I don't think I have this one on the PlayStation 1 yet, though I have to admit that I don't play on the PlayStation. It's the I don't play that much Station 1. So, but I'm happy that I have this. It makes it, yeah, €4 is okay. It's not the best price. It's not like 50 cents like I did for this and €1.50 for that, but it's totally fine. I'll just put this right here. Het licht is daar wel wat minder en Maxime is boven papier. Maxie is shredding paper upstairs. She's like, I'm gonna do this exactly right now. She's destroying evidence, probably the receipts. In the meantime, I'm opening up a beer because I'm really enjoying this, telling you guys what kind of games I got. Next up, well, I do have to admit, it's really hard to find games out there on Kingsday, especially in a small little village or town that I come from. Yet, for the past few years, I do manage. I mean, I already found 2 fantastic games. What else did I get? Well, the next one... waar zal ik eens mee beginnen? Ja. This is stuff. I'm trying to figure out an order to do this. Well, the next one wasn't specifically a game. The next one was a device. It's not this. But I want to show you, especially since last week, I went to a fair, like a retro gaming fair, and I always bring my Game Boy there with Tetris inside. Because my Game Boy, it's a lovely device, but I got this connection cable. Not many people have done this. When you got this connection cable, you put it in the side of your Game Boy and you play Tetris, and you find somebody else nearby within a meter that also has Tetris. You can plug that person in and you can play versus each other or against each other, and that's really nice. Though I do want to say my Game Boy, my Nintendo Game Boy, is in the worst shape ever. We had 2 back in the day. I do think that my brother still has his Nintendo Game Boy somewhere out there hidden from me because he knows how I treated this one. But this one has already provided me 29 years of great service, almost 30, because we got this one back in, I believe, 1994, met Sinterklaas, Christmas, whatever. And as you can see, the paint from the D-pad is disappearing. It can use some retrograde. It has issues with the screen. Some of the pixels, the lines are broken. No. This one I did not get on the market. Don't worry. But I'm going to show you something in a bit. I'm just telling you a story about my own Game Boy and why it's so wonky and what's wrong with it. And yes, I have to take out the batteries from my pocket one by one. Want ze zit in dat kleine zakje. Another thing is, you have this thing at the top. When you turn on your Game Boy, a little thing comes out right there, so you cannot take the game out when it's turned on. The thing is, I can when it's turned on because I cut that one off because, and I can explain that to you, if you have a Nintendo Game Boy game that is higher, like this one, than a usual one, you got the Nintendo Game Boy Color that does not have this little edge. So this game will not fit in my Nintendo Game Boy, and therefore I cut it off. I cut off the thing because it would physically not turn on. So I took off that little thing that comes out when you turn it on. And I did that just to see what a Game Boy would do when you put in a Game Boy Color game. Because I was like, I'd rather cut off a part of my Game Boy as long as it would just play a Game Boy Color game, but then in black and white, because I don't expect this thing to provide me with color. Like, just kidding, here's some color. I had it all along. No, but it will just state you a message like this game pack is made for a Game Boy Color, not for a normal Game Boy, so nice try. They did do the effort to put that in. So that's why I took that out. Another thing is I added a little bit of Velcro to the rear side of my Game Boy. And my dad drilled some holes in the backside cover to... the only reason he did that is so I could put on this thing. And I lost... that's the thing. You have to power it, you have to put this thing in between the batteries. And therefore you have this part, you put that somewhere inside of this thing at the top. You put that at the top of it, and then you put it on the rear side of your Game Boy, and those will snugly just steal some power from the batteries in the rear side. Though this thing, I lost this years ago, and somehow I just found it a few years ago. I'm not even sure where, but that's the reason I have the Velcro on the rear side of my Game Boy. So if I put it right there, put these in between the batteries, you get the power from there, and put this in the speakers, and you'll have speakers, a light. I can show you, it's really cool. But that is the reason my Game Boy looks so bad. That's just because it's used a lot. I'll put in the batteries. I'll show you. Wow, die gaan er makkelijk in. Vergeleken met. I mean, this thing has been used a lot. Really, if there's anybody with a Game Boy, it's me that I used it a lot. So there's two things you can do. Well, right now there's one thing you can do. You can just take the Game Boy, put on the Handy Boy, though it already, like, the Game Boy clamps in between this, but this side broke off. And the last part of that broke off last week, and ooh, that did hurt a lot. But it's still on there, you know, it still fits on the Game Boy. Then you open this up and you'll have like stereo speakers, not even kidding. You'll have a light, you'll have a magnifier, so it will enlarge your screen and gameplay experience. But believe me, this is uncomfortable as shit, but it's cool as hell. It's really cool. But if I tell you that it came out in a different color, well, you know what color a Game Boy cartridge is, right? A Game Boy cartridge looks like this. It's this color. And if you look at my Game Boy, it's, well, the rear side kind of matches, but look at the front. I mean, this is all yellow. This should match, you know? And all of this combined, it still works, but it's so iffy and it's not comfortable. I still love my Game Boy, but I got the feeling it loves me less and less every time I use it, especially because I butchered the fucker, you know? So I was there on the fair, and usually when people sell retro stuff like Game Boys, I'm not really interested. Why? People know that they are expensive, that they are still loved, they're retro. These are like Walkmans, like 90s kids Walkmans, but then the gaming devices, you know? But last week we were on the fair in Tilburg, and I was like, if I find a new one for a decent price, I might consider it. And since today is Kingsday, and it was not really my intention to do that, I found one anyway. Do note, remember the state of this Game Boy. Yellow, broken, scratched, lines of pixels not working. I mean, oh, I can turn it on now. You can see it. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's always a little bit iffy trying to do the contrast thing. Oh, if I turn it to dark, you can see at this side that some lines of pixels are not showing up. There are like more of them. Oh man, there's a lot of them. Like 8, maybe 20 lines. I broke that. There's Velcro. I demolished the rear side by drilling holes into it. I need a new one. I bought this one today. The one I believe for you on the left. This one. Look at the fucking difference. This thing is new. I don't know, man. Look at it. Not a scratch. Everything is like new. It has never seen sunlight. We were even thinking almost when I came home that this was a forfeit. Like, ooh, it's missing the serial number right there. It's missing the serial number. But the rest of it is exactly I think it's exactly the same. It even uses tri-wing. Looks clean. It is. And even the lid is still on here, that for the Game Boy cable. It's clean. It never seen sunlight. Yes, it's open source now. And I've seen it, but I'm not sure what is going to come out of that. And if so, I would love to see MS-DOS 6.33 or 22 get out there. But this is the Game Boy that I found in a certain state. It looks awfully legit to me. Yeah. Is it a forfeit? I mean, the size of the letters of the headphones, like the phones and the on and off switch, is slightly thinner, but everything else is exactly spot on the same. I don't think it's a fake, and if it's a fake, it looks awfully good. Like, for real. It even came with a Game Boy game, Asterix and Obelix, or Asterix, which I didn't have yet, so that's nice. Thing is though, the serial number is missing. But there's one thing that's wrong with this Game Boy. The man that sold it, he said there's one problem. And I cannot figure out what it is. That's what he said. This thing will not run on batteries. And I'm like, then what am I going to do with it? Next to it, he had this. And he says, if you're interested, I'll put this one in for you. Like, you'll get this one. This is a device. You put that, like this battery pack, like this unit. You take out the rear side of the Game Boy and you put in this thing. Verrekenen, just to be sure, yes. And you put that in the wall socket or the wall outlet or whatever. And then it does work. And I'm like, that sounds like a solvable thing, like something that you should be able to fix. So that's something I'm going to do some research on, because I did test it. This works, but I did not test it with, I got like a power supply right here. Dat kan ik wel even gebruiken. I got a power supply right here. I'll show you that it's working. After that, we'll continue on to the next item that we got, because we got some games too. Don't worry, we got more. lift out. So I'm putting this adapter, whatever, in the wall socket. European wall socket, so that's nice. Then I put this cable in the rear side of the past ook aan de onderkant of the Game Boy. Turn it on. And it works. Asterisk. And the screen looks so crisp because there's not a single scratch on here. It plays the asterisk game perfectly. But what I did not test yet, will it work with a different game? I don't think it's going to have any issues playing The Lion King. Look at the difference. I'm so happy with that one, even if it would not work with batteries. Though this is a bit iffy, because if the cable falls out half of it, the whole screen gets corrupt. Wow. The screen looks so much nicer on this Game Boy than it ever did on this one. So yeah, forfeit or not, missing serial number or not, I don't think it's a forfeit. But I think I'm gonna send a message to somebody on YouTube. There's a guy who knows a lot about Game Boys and Nintendos. So I'm gonna ask, and I'll let you know what it turns out to be. And it's nice because since I found this thing, if I get it to work with batteries, because somehow it doesn't run with batteries, I can try, because it did work on this one. Here's the proof, it works. So it's not the batteries. If I take out these 4 batteries, put them inside of the other Game Boy, it will not work. By the way, what do you think that I paid for this Game Boy with the asterisk game and with the power adapter thingy? This one. I mean, we're Dutch. It's all about money. Dutch people just like to talk money, I guess. And they are always proud somehow if they get stuff for cheap. That's the thing, Legion, that I said to the man as well. He was selling it for a certain price. He told me 40 euros. He wanted to have 40 euros for it. And I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't work on power. And he said, I live right here. You can plug it in inside and see if it works, if you want. 40 bucks, euros. And I told him, no, I'll give you 30 right now. Like, I was waving the 30 around. And I'm going to take it off your hands, take the risk, forfeit, fake, not working, working, I don't care. I'll just take it home because I like the way it looks. I mean, if this one's not working, I'll just fucking frame it, you know? It's scratchless. There's This thing has never been used at all. Like, almost never. So I paid 30 euros for it. And I think there's just something going wrong in the circuit to the battery somehow. Why it's maybe not taking all 4 of the batteries in somehow. But it does work with the power adapter. Because it does not turn on right now. Because I got batteries inside. And it should turn on with 4 batteries. Maybe if I jiggle a little bit around with them. And somebody said maybe there's like this oxidation going on or batteries that had leaked inside. But believe me, the way this Game Boy looks, nothing has leaked inside. Look, this thing looks brand spanking new. Working, not working, I don't care. It does defeat the purpose of a portable console. That's my first thought. I said that to the man as well. But he's like, yeah, well, I could still try to sell it for like 60, 70, 80 on the internet, especially the state that it is in. But I'm like, if you want me to take it off your hands, I'll take it right now and I'll pay you 30 bucks. And he's like, yeah, sure. He had to think about it though. But yeah, now I'm able to play with the cross cable or whatever it's called, the Nintendo Connect cable, I believe. And I do own 2 or 3 copies of Tetris. Therefore, who thinks that can beat me? Come on over and come play Tetris against me. I'll beat you on a rainy Sunday and on a sunny Monday. Nice. So that's it about the Game Boy. Then I was, of course, looking for some games. And yes, I did find some good, some bad. I'm sorry, but these are the games that I found. Last year I found the Carmageddon and I believe even a SimCity 3000, Carmageddon, Duke Nukem 3D in a jewel case, which is really nice. Metroid is great. I don't have Metroid for the Game Boy. It has a little gremlin in it that makes it stop working. Yeah, I think there's something wrong in the circuit maybe, because it's a every battery is part of the circuit. It's not every battery for itself. No, it's like battery 1, battery 2, battery 3, battery 4. I don't know. So I went looking for games as well, and I found a stack of games. Well, let's start with the worst one. Where is it? Where is it? And yes, some of them sound sticky, but that's because it was raining. 10 euro voor de Game Boy? No. 30 euro. Het is echt nog steeds een schijntje. It's still really not much. Where's the worst game? Well, I found Hans en Gietje, maar die heb ik blijkbaar weggetaft of zo. Troep. Alright. There was this lady, she was selling all kinds of games in a cardboard box, but it was really hard to pick them because she had this tarp over them. It was a transparent tarp, it was really thin, but that was because it was raining and they're trying to protect their stuff. But the first Shareware CD that I found is Mahjong. I love Mahjong, or Mahjong. Kyodai is on here, everything is on here. And I just like Shareware CDs, so I really bought quite some Shareware CDs. I bought these so I could archive them, put them on the internet. 20 euro for the Game Boy, very cheap boy. Oh, 30, yeah. It's still cheap because we've seen them on the fair last weekend. Those were different prices. But here's a CD filled with all kinds of Mahjong games. It says Galaxy Mahjong, but I think it's like a form of Kyodai, because these with the colored tiles, it looks like Kyodai. The rear side is missing, the back is missing. PlayStation 2 games. Nice. Which one did you get, Jasper? So, Mahjong. That's nice. I bought this Rayman 2 for the one. Rayman 2 for the one. Alright, I'm gonna put this... Ja, waar ga ik dat leggen? Here. You can see it right there. But since I am really into Shareware CDs, how you fast? Alright, Shareware CDs. This is a virus scanner for MS-DOS, Windows 3.1, Windows 95, Zip Magic, Free Space, PowerDesk utilities, but also interactive demos. Star Trek, Starfleet Academy, Uprising, iWar, Meat Puppet, Toka Touring Car Championship, Worms 2. I've never seen a shareware of Worms 2. I knew they existed, but never checked them out. But it's an interactive demo. And then you got another demo, and it's F-22 Air Dominance Fighter Pelgrim. But for the kids, it also features Language Tris, also known as Taaltris, and Blinky Build 2. So this is a nice shareware CD. I'll share this on the archive whenever I get to it, because I got about 100 of shareware CDs. I have the most shareware CDs I have from my PC Gamer magazine subscription. Man, they are a joy to explore. Legion, where are you from? Are you from the Netherlands? We should hang out and like play shareware CDs all day, because I bet my ass that I got more than you have. Turkey, oh, that's not around the corner, but shareware CDs for the win. Here's another one. Most of them are Dutch though, but that does not mean they're bad. This is PC Active. It's probably a Dutch CD, and there's also a bonus backup CD, like with software to back up your computer, probably also demos or stuff that you need, trial versions, you know. But this one has well, not that much interesting stuff, to be fair, like only software. But I took it anyway because it's a shareware software CD, why not? And this lady was selling them for 50 cents each, and I took about 20 of them. Oeh, dat ging net goed over mijn nieuwe Game Boy. Here's a Windows 95 surprise with games. Alright, I'll let you know what games are on there. 25 number puzzle, 3D castle, billionaire, Beetle Run, Delta Force, Diagonal, Drop Ball, Dynamite Joe, Genocide, I know Genocide, Frog Hop, Motocross Madness, Natris Combat, New York Casino, Powerboat Racing. That's funny, because I also bought this today, but this one is for Smash Dash, because I already have one of these, Speedboat Racing, so this one goes to Smash Dash, so we can play this over the network together with 2 CDs. Well, you could also make an ISO, but part of the retro experience is always playing with real hardware and media, of course. Those were basically what I played all the time since Rally got full games. Well, same with me, man. 50 cents is a perfect price, yeah, absolutely. If we get it working, yeah, because this game runs on an IPX thing. We didn't get it to work. Yeah, it's a funny game, it's nice. But the Windows 95 surprise, it's a Dutch, I think it's Dutch, Skate Dude. Super Bike, Clogic, Ivory, Longtris, Marbles, Matchbox, Championship, oh, International Rally Championship, and Eco Sun, which is probably Sokoban, Hollywood Hijinks, Hero Defiant, Graph Balls. I think if I put in a CD like this, I can entertain myself for hours, and I got plenty of them, because if this is a Windows 95 surprise, then this is also a Windows 95 surprise. Probably will work on Windows 98 as well. This one features 40 hot games. Here they are. I'll just name some of them. Earth 2140, Dog Day, Broken Sword 2, Man in Black. Look, these are better titles than on the... This is a real Windows 95 surprise with obscure titles, but this one features some really known titles like Ultra Logic, Tomb Raider 2, one word, Tic-Tac-Toe 1.5, the Tetris Pack, Tetris, Sonic 3D Blast, Shareware Golf, Pogo Dreams, Robot Battle, Rockman, Sentinels of Seth. Some of them are obscure. Office Darts. I want to play some Office Darts. If ever. Yeah, we really need to get that working. Speedboat Attack. But even found another Windows 95 surprise. This one features Alchemica, Webworks, H-Key. I do remember H-Key. MP3 Blaster, MP3 Renamer, MP3 Wolf. This is like more software. Win Eject, Win Kill, Win Time, Win Tune 98, Windows Administrator, Windows Makeup, Windows Tweaking Toolbox, Zip Up the Web, SpeedyNet. Oh man, some software out there back in the day, it was really all over the place. Another nice Shareware CD. Well, Shareware, more applications. But look at this one. Look how trippy it looks. And this is arcade games. And it does not feature any explanation, but it looks great. Hey man, thanks. And at the other side, 50 Game Classic, another trippy CD. I just bought this one for the CD, and it contains 50 probably Shareware games. Centipede, Arkanoid, Bolo is nice, Solihull software. Asteroids, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong. Wait, Donkey Kong on a PC? And it's a holo-ROM from eigen PC. It's from the same Shareware publisher as the ones below, I think. Space Invaders, Galaxian en vele andere. Wow, it even says duplicated by, like somebody copied this. I'm not sure if that's theft, but these CDs look trippy as fuck. I love it. I got another. Look at this one. Oh, dat is prettig. Dit is echt prettig. It's like a hartslag. It's like a heartbeat. 25 pinball power games. Full Tilt 1 and 2, NASCAR Pinball, Balls of Steel, Extreme Pinball, Ultra Pinball, Pinball Dream, Psycho Pinball, Starball, Addiction Pinball en vele andere. That's nice. Look at it. How nice this is. I wouldn't even mind if the CD was not working. I just want to cover up my whole wall with these. And it's still in decent shape, though I don't think this is the official jewel case for it. I still think it's a nice find. The cover gets visible only after a few cans of beer. Oh, so it's me. So it's me enjoying it. Ah, here's the obscure game that I found. I found this one somewhere else. This one has a really cloudy front, and that's because I don't know. I think somebody really spit on it or something. Look how bad shape this front cover is. Wow. There's the eye. This is the nose. There's a mouth. What the fuck is going on? But zie, ben ik de enige die dat ziet? But they put the CD jewel case cover in front of it, so I would see what it is. I bought another one of these, Hans en Gietje this time. It's like a cartoon. It's really short. It's bad. It's interactive, and it's van Hoyle. It's a Dutch. Well, it's like this Brothers Grimm, Hans Christian Andersen story. It's from Belgium. It's bad. It's from 1998. It runs on Windows 3.1 and it runs really poorly. The reason I bought this is because I wanted to save it from Doom. Like, I like to archive games like this, put them on the internet so people can still play this. Because if you look on the internet, you will not find this one. Though I am aware of the fact that people do have this one. But it's hard to get. And I'll make sure this one gets properly archived someday. I'm a savior of old games. Alright, some more sharewares. I got 4 more. Another eigen PC. This one looks like the Radio 538 logo. But these are tools and games like Night Moves. Constructor is on here. And Hot Dog. Age of Rivals. Polo Adventures 3. Indiana Jones Archery by Hobbes. Bull Run. Casino Madness 98. Castle of the Winds. Confound. Constructor. Dark Earth Trailer. Sega World Star. Hot Dog Super Tools, The Game Screen, Turbo Browser 98, VGA Copy 486, Virtual Book, VGA, what the fuck? Animagic GIF, Exile 3, Fleet Tactical Combat, Fractal Fighters, Hamlet, Ignition, Indiana Jones DA, Jungle Chess, Kids Brick. Titles like Kid Brick, that makes me want to put in the C and just figure out what that's about, you know, and then try to find the full version of that, if that's even a thing and if it still exists. Here's another one. Another Shareware CD. Brian Lara Cricket. Clickbook, Coffee Cup, HTML. The Call of Duty, not Call of Duty, the Call of Duty. You cannot tell me that Call of Duty demo is on here. A Call of Duty demo? Interesting. What else does it have? La La Tubby Strikes. I think you can probably blow up Teletubbies. Oxy Generator, Omni Squad, Set Me Up, Oil Cap Pro, Nightmare Creatures, Mahjong with a Y, Conversion Buddy, ooh, early AI on here, Ready to Print, Shot for the Boeg, what? Yeah, oh, Tunguska, but also Speedbusters. But Tunguska is on here. Nobody has ever heard of Tunguska. Maybe this one is easier to get running than the other one. I'll have to check someday. This one's called Tetris Mania, Betris, Blockmaster, and then you got this obscure CD. This one features Worms Armageddon, but also Gagtris, or something like Gagging Women, as you can see, which is, I guess, a perfectly fine thing to talk about if it's the 90s, but right now it's frowned upon. You can still gag them, but just don't tell anybody about them. C Webmail, dat is handig. Je Hotmail direct in Outlook, Pegasus of Eudora. Yeah, we don't use that anymore. Ooh, Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate is on here. CD-ROM God, Cashman, Camera Capture, Deer Hunter 2, DirectX 5.2, 6.0, 6.1, Dirt Bike 3D, Dissing Jim. Those are the obscure titles I'm looking for when I buy a CD like this. Thunder Brigade, Super Wheel, Roller Coaster Tycoon, Put Race, Num Zum. Wait, are these demos? Wait, there's a demo of Put Race. I was just playing it today with my 2-year-old friend. Roller Coaster Tycoon is on here. I've never really played a demo of Roller Coaster Tycoon. I want to know what that's about. Definitely gonna check that out. Prince of Persia, Sands of Time limited version. I cannot imagine that this is like the full version of the game because it's like in this thin cardboard thingy and it's still sealed. Therefore, I do not think it's in bad shape. I think it's in perfect shape. It's not bent, it's not broken, it's not damaged. I already have the game. It's the Sands of Time. Sounds like a very good mix of demos. Absolutely. Then we get to the other CDs that I found. I found this one. And it doesn't really say if this is a CD for a PC. Yeah, it is. Because this one runs on DOS 5.0. They recommend a PC Pro Pad, joystick, or gamepad. I got one right now. It's right there. This game is called Jam It, and it's probably about basketball, but it looks great. It's probably in Exodus as well. It's from the year 1994. The CD is pretty much fingerprint scratch free. It is published by GTE. I've never heard of this. There's no screenshots, not even inside the inlay. Its software design is by Borden Covell from 3DO. That's the company that made more games. Where did you find all of this stuff, dude? Eén dorp, one village, the village I live in. Zei de papierversnipperaar. Alright, then I found, I'm not even kidding, I haven't checked the rear side of the CD yet. Perfect. This is like clean as hell. Where do you find games like this? I don't know. I just got fucking lucky, I guess. Though it's not in the official cover, but I believe Smash Dash mentioned. Yeah, it's from the local Kingsday. But somehow I always get lucky. I mean, look at the state. I found this Game Boy and it's brand fucking new. Ah! Don't hit my Rayman. So yeah, Primal Rage. This one will probably run on MS-DOS. I'll have to try. But this came with like OEM or something like that. You mentioned something, but I kind of missed that somehow. Same with Entomorph, and that kind of explains why they are in these yellow jewel cases. I've never heard about Entomorph, Plague of the Darkfall. But these really sound like games that I'm going to put in my computer and play for a whole night during a live stream where you guys just keep me company, I guess. Yeah, that you got with the PC. Yeah, I really got lucky with these physical copies, if that's a thing that you collect, of course, because most of them, they are digitally available. Most of them, not all of these. Here's another, Warlords 2 Deluxe. Also a yellowed jewel case, but that's a thing I can replace. Looks pretty fine to me. It looks really good, to be fair. And there's this weird thing. This is not really supposed to be like this. This is a case, like it looks like a double jewel case, as you can see. It's the thicker ones. But it's holding more discs than I accounted it for. I think it can hold 6 of them. Like 1, And this is Delta Force Black Hawk Down. I already have that in a big box. Then you got 2 empty. 3 is THQ's Virtual Racing Technology 2, so VRT2 MotoGP CD-ROM. Then you close it up again. Those were the first 3 places for a CD, and you get another 3 CDs. And there's Commandos 3 on 3 different discs, and they put the serial number inside. I'm not even sure if I had Commandos 3. Now I do, but this is weird. Usually a jewel case, like a thick jewel case like this, can house a maximum of 4 discs. This one can contain 6 technically. And it's really iffy because the trays can fall out. Yeah, I think so. Alright, so that's all the jewel cases that I got. Like these are games, and this is all shareware and rubbish. So don't be jealous. Don't be that jealous. I'll put them right here so you can see that I got those as well. Oh, the battery, nice. Put that there. This is a thing. Believe me, I didn't know that existed. There's a thing, I really haven't spoken much about it, but there's a thing that started in the early 90s. I totally missed out on those. You had those bicycle playing cards. There is there's a company that's called Hoyle. They are the owners, I think owners, or maybe, I'm not even sure what the connection is. I think they're the producers of the bicycle cards, Hoyle. And Hoyle made PC games as well in the early 90s, early 2000s, early 2010s as well. And they made Hoyle Casino, Hoyle board games, Hoyle puzzle games combined as well. Hoyle puzzle and board games. You got Hoyle kids games. You got Hoyle card games, like all kinds, and they brought like every 2 years or every 3 years there was a new game coming out. Like these are the puzzle and board games for, I think they did one in 2002, 2005, 2008, 2011, and that was the last of them. I was always a big fan of those because the latest installment, or maybe the second latest, 2008 or 2011, it featured even the Incredible Machine contraptions, and that was great. Like they were teaming up with Sierra. Guess what? They were working together with Sierra and Encore and companies like that, and I'm not really sure how that went down, but it was like a combination of something that I really enjoyed. And I got myself a physical copy. I'm not sure which version I have of the game. It's still in the seal, and that's why I'm not really sure. But I kind of enjoyed those board games, even the Yahtzee, the Mahjong, everything in there, you know. It's a casual gameplay, but before, same period that PopCap was doing it, but they were doing retail stuff instead of the online stuff. That might have been their downfall, I don't know. But today, I figured out something else about the Hoyle puzzle and board games, the Hoyle card games, the Hoyle casino game. Turned out they even have Hoyle jewels. What the fuck? They made their own Bejeweled 3 game, so they were more into casual gaming than you and I could imagine. And it comes in this cardboard sleeve with this stretch out artwork. Somebody's like, just stretch it, skew it to the fucking max. Let people know that we don't care about design. And I don't think it's any good, but this is like Hoyle's take on what Bejeweled should have been, I guess, because they got all kinds of games, like matching games, match 3 games, and well, I had to get it. It's a full version arcade favorite. Swap and Drop It, the official name in gaming for Windows 98 and Windows Millennium. even Windows XP. And therefore I'm like, yeah, sorry, but this was missing in my Hoyle collection. I go from thrift store to thrift store every now and then. I've never seen this one. I didn't even know about its existence, so that makes me happy. I'll put it right there. Yeah, Ria. That's also a 6-disc game and it fits in like the same thing. Oh, that's nice. If it fits in the same thing. Then I almost made a mistake. There was this person who was selling 2 PC games. Like everything was like, it's really hard. You have to dig through puzzles, children DVDs, children's agendas, everything. There's so much stuff, especially the board games, that gets you confused. Because sometimes it's hard to tell if it's a children board game or like it's a big box PC game. It's really not easy. You really need to train your eye for that. And there was this guy who was selling 2 games in a DVD cover, and one of them was Lego Lord of the Rings, and the other one was Lego the movie, the game for the PC. But lately I made this mistake multiple times because I'm a human, and only when I don't pay too much for them. At the rear side it says a certain thing, and it says, I'll quote, requires an internet connection and a free Steam account to activate. That means that this CD, this physical copy, is just a sham. Because you get a physical copy, you can put it in your computer and it will ask you for the serial key, but you'll have to link it to your Steam account. And if you link this to your Steam account, you lose the CD. There's not any problem. You can still get it from the Steam store, therefore making the CD in here totally useless. Unless you like to collect CDs like I do. But on the other hand, it's not that you can activate it, like activate this on your Steam with the unique serial in here, and then you can give the CD to somebody else. He will not be able to play it, not without any, well, maybe there's a crack, I don't know. Maybe there's a workaround for it, I don't care. The only reason I got this one and not the other one is that this one is still sealed. So I am almost 100% positive, because this looks factory sealed, that the Steam key has not been used. The other one was opened up and I asked, has it been used? Have you played this? And he was like, I do remember that we played it. I'm like, then you should not sell it, because if you sell it right now and somebody would get like very psyched, like, oh, I can get this for €1. And you got home and you're like, dude, this key has been claimed already. And the other guy is like, I didn't know. And that happens all the time, even at thrift stores. That's too bad, but that's the way it is with Steam keys. I'm not sure why they made physical copies of this, because it's a really shitty move, especially for the secondhand thing, you know? Like thrift stores, they get these, they're like, no, we'll resell it for like €1, or maybe sometimes they even ask €2 or €3 for these, which is totally a fine deal. But if you get home and the Steam key has already been used, that's a slap in the face. That's just a waste of your money. It happens, and it happened to me before. But shit happens. Here's another, I'm not 100% sure if it's a Shareware, but it's from Dice Multimedia. Dice are the same people behind Cool Stuff. They had multiple licenses, and this is a mahjong game or called Shanghai. I'm not sure if there are multiple on here, like this is a Shareware, but if it is, I like it. And I also found Mist. Mist, that's nice. I do already have this one, but Mist is just such a nice thing to have, you know? Cannot get enough of them. And this is the Masterpiece Edition. Might even be different from my version of the game. And the cover is in English, Dutch and French. It will run on just about anything in 640 by 480. It's from 1993/1999 from the Learning Company, yada yada yada. Classic. That is the full 3D version. Wait, there's a full 3D version? Die Moderne? Nee, it's niet die Moderne. I think it's not full 3D. It's like with the every time you travel from place to place, it's a cutscene. I think this is the same one that I played because it requires QuickTime, and it's an old one, and it will run on Windows. It doesn't say. But I believe this will run on Windows 95, maybe even on MS-DOS. But this is not the remastered or anything. That would have been great. But it's the Masterpiece Edition. It is adapted and you got new options. I'm not sure if this is different from the one that I streamed a few years ago. But I got it now. Just as I got these. I just love Sim Safari, SimTown. My best friend had Sim Safari back in the day, and it's just so much fun to play these games. And now that I'm looking at SimTown, I wish I had this game back in the day. Yeah, I think you're confused with the bibbidi bibbidi bub, the one that came out like 3 years ago, something like that. But SimTown, Sim Safari. I already have these, but sometimes when you get these for 50 cents at the flea market, I'm just saving them and try to find a new home for these. Sometimes I sell them for like a small fee, and the other so I could put in that money to get some awesome games that I'm looking for, and the other time I just give them away to people that are interested, like getting these a fine home instead of people sitting at the flea market and it started to rain and they're like, nah, I'm not selling shit anyway. And they're just chucking everything on their carpet and they go home. Or some people even leave their stuff on the floor. They're like, meh, never mind. I'm not selling anything. I'm going home. It's free. Get it. All right, here's one with a really, really ugly cover. This is Caesar 2. Because it's a PC game that runs on Windows 95, I had to get it. It's from Sierra. I don't think it's really that much of a fun game. It's like lame of Empires 2. You have to build a city, an emperor, a town or whatever. I don't know. It's just a city builder. It's like SimCity, but in times of when Rome was coming up. All right, this is the thing I'm not really very proud of, but I had to get it anyway because this whole thing was 50 cents. Tropical Lost Island, National Geographic Channel, Herod's Lost Tomb, and Asian Quest of Saqqara. And all of these are probably match 3 games. I thought it was still sealed, but that's funny because they took the games out, but they let the cardboard be sealed. That's good thinking. I like that. And this is like a normal size DVD case, and these are like half sized. Not sure why. So these are in here. That's a good sign. I didn't check. And these are like games for everybody, like casual. Everybody could play this. And this is another example of something that I'm not really looking for. I'm not really interested in keeping these at all. So if you're interested in games like this, just let me know. We'll figure something out. But then I also found which type of games are these? Well, these are probably match 3. I do think that they feature multiple languages, but oh no, the game is in Dutch. Like all the games are Dutch. It says right here. Oh, This is some form of match 3, but like diagonal. This is a search and find, where you get this cluttered image and you have to find objects. And the last one is, yeah, same. It's a hidden object game. That's what they're called, hidden objects. But here's a Half-Life generation. And Half-Life generation is like Half-Life, the other Half-Lives, Opposing Force, Counter-Strike, and Blue Shift. And with this booklet of Empire Earth, I'll check the booklet out. I mean, this is a nice find. 50 cents. That amazed me. And I love the booklet, like with Age of Empires on it. Oh, Age of Empires, Empire Earth. God damn it. I was playing Age of Empires earlier tonight with a friend of mine. That is great. 50 cents. Come on. This one was a bit more expensive. Paid €5 for this. But it's covered in velvet and it has this weird shape. It's really thick. It's even the same thick as a thickness of a big box, but it's small. It's hard to read. It kind of got faded. This is the same guy that was selling like a big box of Diablo 1, and he was asking €20 for it, and I was like, for a tenner I would have taken it, but 20, it's a little bit steep. But if you open up this velvet box, you have the big box. Hang on to it. Somebody was talking about this game just yesterday to me on Threads, and I'm like, yeah, I should play this. Though I'm not sure if this is streaming material, but look at this. He's like, dude, check it. All CDs are in there. So you take out this box, and when you take out this box, you have to take off this lid, and it's really complex. I'm not sure who designed this, but he's an asshole. They are all, oh, dat gaat al helemaal mis. They are all like stuck together. And if I want to take one out, like this booklet, I have to, every CD comes with a booklet. And it's all in Dutch. So, well, of course I prefer in English. But Dutch is totally fine. I mean, I am from the Netherlands. I have to deal with that. And he told me that all CDs are in here. It's supposed to have 7 CD's. Ja, dit is dus gatver. Ik tel er 6. I'm counting 6 of them. What? Oh no, it's there. I think it's there. Yeah, it's there. All of them are in there. It shifted down a bit, so alright, with this JPEG quality thing. But the game itself is in English, so I think it's a good find. It's a really unique way of putting your games in like a box. Like these are 7 CDs, and every CD has its own manual, I guess. Or only the first one. It's hard to tell, believe me. I'm not sure why they chose this, but then you just have to put them together again like this. Put this down, put this in somewhere. And put that inside of this box. And that's a velvet box that will protect it. Great. I love it. Ooh, my Game Boy. Ooh, a Game Boy. And that is what I found today on the thrift store market. Oh shit. No, I found one more thing, but Dude, I have to show you. I found two more things, two more. This is a Piranha carry case. This is like this thing you could like wear around your neck or over your shoulder, but you could also attach it to the belt of your pants, like stick the belt through. And Piranha is like this knockoff brand, but to be fair, out of all the knockoff brands that made apparel and stuff for Game Boy, Game Boy Pocket, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Boy, Nintendo GameCube, they made pretty decent stuff. I believe that this... Now, it's upstairs. I have this Game Boy Connect cable upstairs on the attic, and that one, I believe, was produced and made by Piranha, and I'm always pretty satisfied by the stuff that they made, though I'm not sure yet. These controllers for the GameCube, like the Big Ben ones, they were bad, but I remember that Piranha made some stuff as well, like memory cards and such, but those were good. But if I take out my Game Boy Pocket, and I haven't tested it yet, so this is new, I wanted to see if because I know the original Game Boy will not fit in there. The Game Boy Pocket, but also probably the Game Boy Color, will just fit in snugly perfect. So even my Game Boy Color will go in there. That's nice. I found one more thing, but that's not a game, but it's really loosely, but really far-fetched, attached to a game, and I wanted to show it, but I almost forgot about it. So I found a book, and because it was raining today, we had some rain, welcome to the Netherlands, it kind of got damaged by the rain, but not severely. The guy, he wanted €2 for it, and I'm like, sure, why not? And I already have another book from the same author. Maxi got it for me, and that's the fun thing. It's called Jan Pienkowski's Haunted House of Horrors, or Haunted House, and they even made a CD-ROM version of that. I've never heard of the game up until not last year, but the year before. I did this Halloween games or thrilling or horror kind of live stream of MS-DOS games with, well, a matching theme of that. And then we found out about the game, and some of us, I remember Smash Dash as well, we were kind of impressed by it. And then we figured it out that it was based on a really existing book. Maxi got me that book last year, and she even shipped it from the USA because it's a really special book. It's not something that you could download or read a PDF. That would not really be much useful at, because the game is the same as the book, like it has the same stuff, more interaction though. But let me show you the book that I found today, and it's really old, so I really have to be careful. I had it dry out for like next to the next to a heater. But you really want to see this if you're into weird and obscure and interesting stuff. So the other book that Maxi got me, it is Jan Pienkowski's Haunted House. And today it was raining like shit. It just stopped raining, and the guy was cleaning up, and I saw that he had this book, Jan Pienkowski's Robots. I think it's called Robots. Robots, Robot. It's called Robot. And this design, it's so 80s. Somebody paid £11 for it in the UK, and did not listen to the rules because it says peel off the sticker, and the person clearly did not do that. And another fun fact is that if you look at the first page of the book, it even says so right here that a certain person got this from grandma on Christmas 95. And what this book, what makes this book special, I'm not sure if Jan Pienkowski made any more of these. He has like flat and usual books, but this is a special book and I'm going to show you why. Maar dan moet mijn bier aan de kant. And this is really the last thing that I have to show for today. Look at this. When you open up this book, you can, I'm seeing this for the first time. You can admire this from any angle you like, because like right now, there's even text on that card right there. And stuff moves. Like when you open and close the book, you see that stuff moves. And it even has cool stuff. Like when you pull this, this moves. Like it's rocking the baby. And same with this. This is making the contents of the washing machine rotate. Yeah, the pop-up books are great. And I found this. I asked him, what would you like for it? Because it almost got destroyed by the rain earlier today. And he's like, €2. I'm like, yeah, I'd love to. But I told him the story as well. Like, I got another Jan Pienkowski book. And he's like, oh, you know the author? I'm like, fuck yeah, I know the author. So you were actively looking for stuff like this. I'm like, I didn't know there was more stuff like this. Let's see, is this the next page? Yes, this is the next page. There's all kinds of stuff in between that I don't think you should be able to see. Like maybe there's some glue missing, but look at this. Oh, it even works so good on camera. Look. It's like a hypno disc. And it's a little bit out of place because it should change a number right there. But it also has stuff that you can pull. What you see? Kan ik this pakken? I'm really trying to handle it carefully. You don't want to. Dude, look at this. And you can look at every cabinet. Like here's balls. That's a mouse. Let's see, what else can we move on this page? I think that's it. But this, all right, are you ready for something really impressive? If you don't see this coming, you don't see this coming. I'm not sure why, but I'm just such a fan of this stuff. Ja, zonder dat ik een boek sloop. By pulling this happens. Look at it. It's echt so cool. And believe me, it gets better every page. Though this one is pretty short. This is the second page. We're already halfway through. It only has like 4 or 5 pages. Look at this. Oh, yeah, it also has like this. That's a snake. He retracts his tongue and his eyes come out. I believe that from the angle I'm looking at it, it's the best. like from upside down. But look how complex how this works. And it folds perfectly. It's like 101 is 2, but somebody had to figure this out, you know? It's not that I really like the specific way of drawing stuff, but this looks like a really lame page. But let's see what happens if I pull this. I mean, I'm pulling it here, and something at the other side of the book is happening. Can I fold this open? There's a monster behind here. How do I get the monster to show up? Might be that when I pull this, I see something happening behind this though, but maybe something got ripped or broken. That happens. There's also a mirror inside, and if I pull it like this, hang on to your helmets. Look, it's combing its hair. Yeah, I'm just a sucker for books like this, you know. I just like it. It's easy, but it's not. All right, on to the last page. And let's go out with a bang. How about we're gonna shoot a rocket to my face? And you're like, that's not gonna happen. Yes, it is. Look at this. Look how far this sticks out of the book. That's insane. And if you close it, it's gone. It's great. I'm not sure if there's any other thing you can do on a page like this. Yeah, you could rotate the earth. It's not even that cool, but it's cool that it's there. You could rotate the earth. And that's it. Believe me, finding a book like this is really awesome. I didn't expect to find it because I was looking for computer games and such, you know, and apparel. All right, that's the end. That's everything I found. Let's recap. I found this book of Jan Piankowski, Robot, from, well, it's from 1997. I found an adapter for the Game Boy that you could put in the rear side of your Game Boy and play games on your Game Boy while on DC or AC or whatever. So I finally found a replacement for my old Game Boy because it is almost done for. After almost 30 years of trustworthy service, with the drilled holes inside, the broken part over here, the yellowness. Today I found a new one, but we're not 100% out of the woods yet because this one is really scratchless. It does not work on batteries. It only works with the AC adapter or DC adapter, whatever. The only thing is it does not have a serial number. Like right here, my old one has a serial number right there, and this one does not seem to have one. Therefore, the rest of it kind of looks legit. I could even make some photos of them together and we could try to figure this out together. It also came with the game of Asterix. Really nice. I found quite some Shareware CDs and some other games like Speedboat Attack, Black Hawk Down, Commandos 3, Warlords 2, Entomorph, Primal Rage, Jam It, Prince of Persia, Sands of Time, and these are all Shareware voor Windows 95 en nieuwer. En Hans een gietje natuurlijk, maar daar gaan we het niet over hebben. The other things that I found are a Shareware CD, probably with Mahjong kind of games. I found Half-Life Generation. We found some Match 3 casual hidden object games. Caesar 2, Sim Safari, Sim Town, Myst Masterpiece Edition, Lego the Movie, but don't worry, it's just a Steam key, but it's still sealed, so we should be out of the woods. Oh yeah, I found a Gravis Destroyer Tilth, and good thing is it came with the box, so that's nice. USB version. We found, oh, I'm not even sure how to pronounce it, but Phantasmagoria. Hoe zeg je dat? Phantasmagoria. Homesoft Haarlem. Of course, we found Rayman 2 for the PlayStation 1. We found out about Hoyle Jewels, which we didn't know about. And this semi-big box, let's call it the medium box of kijk. Zo werkt het met aardstaartjes. That's all we found. I'm really happy with all of these pickups. I think all things considered, everything together, I might have spent about 50 euros on all of this. Not bad. Everybody, thanks for hanging out during this improvised show and tell. I wanted to make a video about this, but instead of doing that, I just decided to do it in this form. It is less work, it's just as much fun to do. I get the direct interaction with all of you. Thanks for hanging out. Be sure to join me on Monday's live stream. And of course, next week I will do another live stream from the attic where I would love to install some more games on the Pentium 3. So be sure to join me on that. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Come on over to Discord if you went thrifting or flea market shopping or market shopping today or a few days ago, I don't know. And share your progress on that or like your finds with us on Discord. Come on over, it's free. Discord.dosgamert.com. You can hang out with people like me, which are clearly retro gaming enthusiasts. Or just coming over to listen to MS DOS Gaming Radio, or be the first one to know what I am streaming next Monday, because I do weekly streams on the Mondays. Don't miss out on those. Those are a lot of fun. Thanks for hanging out. And I have to stand up because I cannot reach for the device in any way. So thanks for watching and see you Monday. Have a good night, everybody. Have a great remainder of the weekend. Lang leven Koning Willem Hoezee. And I'll see you on the Discord. Waar zit die knop? Ah, daar is hij.